Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I will recap the first episode of the anime, Death Parade. With spoiler warning, let's get into it. A couple meets each other after coming down from separate elevators. They have no idea where they are and they don't remember anything that happened before. They walk down the corridor together, wanting to find answers. Finally, they find a bar and a bartender at the end of the corridor. He welcomes them to Quindecim. The bartender introduces himself as Decim. He asks the couple if they remember anything before they arrived. Both of them think they were on their honeymoon before coming here. The guy asks where they are. Decim states some terms before the conversation can get any further. First, he cannot tell them where they are. Second, they are here to play a game. Third, their game will be decided via roulette. Fourth, their lives are on the line in the game. Fifth, they cannot leave until they finish the game. Takashi thinks he's crazy and takes Machiko to leave the bar. They try the elevator, but it isn't working. They try several doors only to hit dead ends. He goes to Decim and tells him to get them out. Decim reminds them of the rules again. Takashi asks what if they refuse to play. Decim recommends them not to do that and shows them bodies piled up in the back of the bar. The couple is shocked and tries to figure out what's happening. Decim tells them to start the game and gives them a button to press. The button will start the roulette and decide which game they are going to play. The couple decides to go with it since they don't know what he might do if they refuse. Takashi starts the roulette. The first game they have to play is darts. The chamber explodes into a dart room. They have to throw darts until one of them reaches a score of 0. If their darts run out before that, the one with the lowest score will win. They get 7 darts. Decim explains the pointing system. The outer ring nets them double points. The thin inner rings are triple. The single bowl in the middle is 25 points and the double bowl is 50. Various body organs in the dartboard are linked to their nervous system. If they dart the organs, they will feel pain. The higher the score, the greater the pain. Machiko is afraid to play, but Takashi tells her not to worry since he'll find a way before anything bad happens. The game begins. Takashi throws the first dart. It hits the board and Machiko feels the pain. He goes to check on her. She tells her that the pain was only momentary and tells him to calm down. It's her time to throw and she hits his intestines. He is in excruciating pain. He checks to see if something pierced his organs but finds nothing. Furthermore, he confronts Decim and asks how he is doing it. Takashi is a doctor and he sees no sign of surgery. Decim reminds him again that their lives are on the line. If he wishes to not hurt each other, then they should avoid hitting the board. Missing all of his darts will end the game. He checks the scores and figures out he will lose it. He decides to miss all his shots. Machiko asks what happened, and he tells her that all they have to do is miss their shots to end the game. She tells him that he'll lose if he misses all their shots. He tells her not to worry and play. They start missing their shots on purpose. But suddenly, Takashi remembers what might happen if he loses. Thinking he might end up among the dead bodies terrifies him. He aims for the board and hits Machiko in her organs. He tells her his hand slipped while she bleeds. She shoots to miss, but the shot she took before makes her flinch and hits the double. She strikes Takashi's eyes. He falls in excruciating pain. She apologizes, saying it wasn't on purpose. He doesn't take the hit lightly and plans to take revenge. She tells her not to hit her stomach because she's pregnant. Takashi recalls her being sick before. She tells her it's 10 weeks old, and she wanted to surprise him on their honeymoon. He is glad to know about it and embraces her, knowing he will become a father. He shoots but suddenly recalls their past. The dart hits double and on her stomach. He is on his last dart. She asks how could he hit her and their baby even though she told him not to. He tells her it wasn't on purpose and tells her not to give him that look. He recalls some girls talking about Maki and her affairs with the doctor and her boyfriend, so he thinks this Maki is her wife Machiko. Furthermore, he tells her what he heard that day. He tells her that he found out about her affairs during their wedding day. She tells him she doesn't know anything about it. Takashi didn't cancel the wedding that day and never brought it up since then. She tells him it was a misunderstanding. He tells her how much he loved her, but all she did was a lie. Machiko tells that she's telling the truth. He tells her they are done. He takes her dart since there's no rule against it. Decim agrees and tells them as long as the dart hits the board, points are scored. Takashi tells her that taking from each other was planned from the start. He's down to his final dart. He asks Decim what happens to the loser. Decim cannot tell them since it's against the rules. Takashi plans to make Maki taste defeat. He asks if she ever lost playing with men's hearts. Machiko asks if he remembers her telling him about her friend who hated her name. Her name was Mashita Yuki, but she hated her name, so they called her Machi. She married a doctor years ago but could break off with her boyfriend. He claimed she's lying, but he starts doubting himself. She tells him that she hasn't lied about anything at all. Takashi thinks about the baby and goes to her, but he hurts her with the dart. She takes the dart off him and throws it at the board. But Takashi grabs the putting her off balance. She recalls the memories they made together, and she recalls the accident they had on their honeymoon. The dart hits a single bull in Takashi's heart. He coughs out blood and falls. Decim congratulates Mashiko for winning. He tells the competitors to head off with him, but Takashi begs for another shot. Machiko tells him that there's no point in any of this. It's already too late. They're already dead. Decim confirms her speculation and tells them after their death, people have to go to either heaven or hell. Quindecim exists to decide where they end up. A provision decided if any couples die at the same time, they will end up in Quindecim. Takashi remembers loathing Mashiko. He had no trust in his wife. They always fought and were never happy. On the day of their deaths, they fought over her phone, which caused the accident where they both died. The realization devastates him. He asks for forgiveness, thinking Decim is their god. He tells him he has no such capabilities since he's just an arbiter. Listening to that, he loses his composure and lashes out at Machiko. Furthermore, he claims that the child isn't his. She asks him then who it is. He accuses her of infidelity while he loses it. Machiko walks off and tells him that he's right. She always loved someone else. She asks him if he thought someone will fall in love with a man like him. Furthermore, she tells him that she was only after his money. Everything was a lie. Even the child was not his. Takashi pulls out darts and rushes toward Machiko. But Decim binds him before he can do harm to her. He tells them to back off since the game is over. Decim pulls him off Machiko and tells her to follow him. He sends them off to different destinations in different elevators. Machiko is headed to the void while Takashi will be reincarnated. That's the end of this episode. Like and subscribe to the channel. Until then, have a great day.